How's it going, guys? This is Owen here, Camaro Central. We've got a good tech Tuesday. I mean, it's the best day. We're talking Fenders 1967 to 1969 Camaro. The difference between standard and rally sport, and if you want to convert your car from a standard to a rally sport. So here on the table, we've got two Fenders to start it off. We've got our 68 left-hand driver's side and our 67. Now you can tell the difference between the 67 and 68 by this marker light. 68 has the marker light, 67 does not. Here we've got a display of the 67 and 68 Rally Sport kit. It's a 68 in particular. Pull the handle, doors open up, looks super good. Even got a little horn button here, you know. But that's what we mean by Rally Sport. That is the hideaway headlight system. We also have one here for a 69 that we'll talk about in a minute. Alrighty, now we're going to move on to the back end and show you what this display looks like so you can see what we're talking about. So here for a frame of reference, you have your marker lights. There's your marker lights there. You got your electric motors. They originally came vacuum, but these electric motors are a great upgrade and they'll last long. Now what we want to look at here is this bracket. So that RS adapter bracket, that's what we're talking about. This looks like it was an original RS Fender, but if you want to mount those brackets in here, that's what they'll look like when they're installed. Let's say you have a 67 or a 68 and it's not a rally sport, but you want this hideaway headlight system. The first thing you're going to look at is your fenders, because the fenders are different so they can mount these buckets in and make sure that you can get your doors in. So let's look at this 68 fender. This is a driver's side fender. Or just, you know, throw it around, break it a few times. Let's set that down for later. All right. So this is a driver's side 1968 Fender that is a rally sport fender. It's a rally sport because it has the bracket pre-installed on this fender. If you turn it here, you can see these tabs here. That is designed to fit a rally sport system. Now what does the standard look like? Let's take a look at a 67 standard fender. And it's the same thing for 68 regarding the brackets. You can see on this 67 fender that it does not have any brackets here that are extended out for the headlight system for the RS. It just has your standard bucket brackets. Now, if you do have a 67 or 68 fender that does not have the brackets for the RS setup, we've got you covered. These are adapter brackets that we recommend spot welding into your car, but if your car already has paint and you don't want to spot weld and ruin your paint, you can use a high quality 2-part epoxy as well. You can also bolt them in, but we usually don't recommend it just because it causes some clearance issues with your moving headlight doors. Now take a look at this. Alright, so we've got your adapter brackets for your 67 or 68. They simply will slide up in behind this clip on the front end and it'll sit flush, and you can spot weld it in place to make sure that it has a secure mounting position and won't fall out while you're driving down the road. Now, what we're going to dive into next is the 69, the differences between the fenders and some reproduction fenders, and we'll show you what we got here. Now, we've got one good-looking reproduction 69 fender here, and we've got an original fender, and you can definitely tell it's original. It's a little crusty. We've got some tetanus shot, you know, ready for it. Someone got a little drill happy and played connect the dots there with the fender emblems. So we're going to discuss and kind of go over reproduction versus standard and go over the rally sport system again with the 69. Now, just like with the 67 and 68, if you have a standard fender and want to convert it without buying new fenders, we do have the brackets for the 69. You can see the difference in the length because the way the fenders are set up. Now, something that's very handy with the 69 reproduction fenders is they are set up to work for either standard or rally sport. And I'll show you this by what I mean. So on this front end here, you see you have a few brackets here. Now, the deep brackets are designed for the RS headlights. And it also has the shorter ones that are designed for the standard headlights. So you can either use standard or Rally Sport. They'll work both ways for the 69 Reproduction fenders. Now let's look at this tetanus shot of a fender over here and see what we can find out about this original fender. Obviously 69 has the different marker lights than the 67 and 68, which 67 didn't have the marker lights on the fender. And then let's look at this standard fender. This standard fender does not have the Rally Sport adapters on it. It just has those standard brackets, as in the Reproduction fender had both options. So if you have a standard fender and you do want to convert it to a Rally Sport, those brackets come in play. They mount up the exact same as the 67 and 68. So as you can see, you have your fender brackets here. They slide in behind your sheet metal here, and they will spot weld again in, and they will get this to where you can put Rally Sport system on your standard car. Now let's take a look at this display here. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the best looking front ends you can have in a muscle car. You got your Rally Sport system here, hideaway headlights, it looks flawless, looks awesome, even got a Z28 badge on it. What else could you ask for? Man, that was loud, holy cow. Alrighty guys, let's take a look at this 69 display and we'll show you those smaller fender brackets so we know what we're talking about here. So again, you have your marker light here. You've got your headlight capsule that's actually going to bolt to those fender brackets. And then you can see those fender brackets right there. Again, this was an original or a 69 fender that had the brackets pre-installed in it. But that's what they'll look like when they're installed and how they'll bolt up to your headlight capsule. That's all we have for today's video. We talked fenders, first generation Camaro, the difference between standard and Rally Sport. And if you want to convert your car from a standard to a Rally Sport, the first step you're going to want to do is check on your fenders. Check and see if they have those brackets, and check and see what you're going to need. We also offer a whole bunch of kits that'll do a whole swap for you. So definitely check us out on our websites, Camaro Central, Firebird Central, MuscleCarCentral.com. Let us know what you want to see next. What's next? What do you guys want to see? And drop a like and a comment. We'll see you on the next one.